Hey everybody, and I thought I would tell everybody I apologize for the video last week. It did go black after the 18-minute mark. I do still have it up because the actual file that I was editing somehow was corrupted at some point. And for some reason, it just can't be uploaded properly for some ungodly reason. And it is what it is. We'll just move on. The first hiccup we've had in these mini episodes that we've been doing. So, hey, it's not a bad track record, but oh well for that one. It wasn't really my favorite episode. Hopefully it wasn't everybody's favorite episode in general. And I didn't make anybody too sad about the fact that I lost that episode for the most part. But with that all being said, welcome to episode 18, Dead Man's Shoes, season 3, came out January 19th, 1962, and another episode I haven't seen before. But before we get started, let's jump into your comments for last week's episode. Jonathan Stein says, there's something very fun about a character so egotistical and petty that things not going his way drives him insane. Also, you've got to love the fake out, giving us an apparent twist only to go for another one instead. Yeah, I thought I seen the twist coming, and it turns out I didn't. I had no idea that it was going to be something that he's seen in his own mind, that he ends up driving himself insane. I didn't think that the build-up to him going insane was that good of a build-up to that point, because he didn't seem like he was going insane until maybe the last 5 to 7 minutes of the episode. I thought if they kind of slowly built up the momentum of him going crazy, maybe that's why they went into longer episodes when you get into season 4. If it was a longer episode, I can definitely see them actually building on that character and doing him more justice in a longer running time. But, you know, sometimes you just don't have the run time to tell the story properly, and I feel like that's the case for this one in general. Queen Lady Day says, before Meet Joe Black, there was Here Comes Mr. Jordan. Yeah, I have heard that there have been many things that's dealing with this same kind of storyline. Here Comes Mr. Jordan was something that actually popped up when I was looking up other things that might contribute to what would be another story pertaining to death, and I did see that come up. Maybe I'll check it out at some point because I've never actually watched it, but thanks for letting me know that Here Comes Mr. Jordan was there before this actual episode. Jack Dorsey 4850 says, Rawhide, Clint Eastwood, can you do The Hunt? Well, what is The Hunt? Let me know, comment below what The Hunt is. There's several things called The Hunt. Be a little more specific on that comment there, Jack Dorsey. Brian Hicks 3272 says, I have a strong belief in reincarnation in the sense that we can keep coming back in multiple lives. I think Raiden was convinced he could cause a nuclear war in his delusion, so he went crazy. Yeah, it's definitely what I've seen, but I just didn't think there was a proper build-up to him actually going crazy. It just seemed like he kind of was sane, and then he all of a sudden was not. So I just think they needed a little more time with the character, and maybe it should have been something that was written for a little longer episode, but I don't know. When it comes to this particular episode and the story itself, I don't know if longer would have been better, because how long can you actually tell this story? As for everybody else that commented, Akira Kurosawa, Gene Everett 33, they both said the screen went dark, another Twilight Zone mystery. Akira said that, yeah, at least he made a joke about it. So, thanks for the comment, Akira. Gene Everett 433 says screen goes black in 1825 and never comes back. Might be a re-upload situation. I apologize, I can't re-upload it, so one episode will have to live with that, I guess. Blue Black Purple says the last half of this video was black screen. We could hear the audio, but we could not see this video. Please re-upload this video if you can. Thank you. Well, you know the answer to that one. Test till half of the video is blacked out. So, Brian says you might want to re-upload this one. Check it out. And yeah, Daniel also says screen blacked out. Sounds is interesting. Yeah, interesting episode. Again, very much apologize that I ended up screwing. Oh, I didn't really screw it up. It was actually the technology. So, oh well, and now we're filming on something different, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. So, with all that being said, let's jump into the episode and see what we're getting into.
Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Some exciting music going on.
Okay, dump it.
What we dumping? A body? Oh no. Got a crane. We got a witness. Or did he really witness anything? Doesn't seem like it. He's just looking for that next bottle of booze. He doesn't even care. He's just looking for that money. Those are stylish. Better than Holly's shoes. No socks? Should probably steal the guy's socks.
One of those myriad modern-day ghosts that haunt the reeky nights of the city. Nate doesn't know it, but his search is about to end. Because those shiny new shoes are going to carry him right into the Capitol.
Just wondered where you was going. You make a little strike, Nate?
I don't know.
Now, don't try to kid me, Nate.
Oh, forget it. He didn't mean nothing.
Spoken like a true gentleman. It's quite obvious that you're onto something. Your sense of well-being and your new shoes.
He seems like a well-spoken homeless man. Last homeless person I seen, he almost like threw a bottle of milk at me, and he wasn't speaking as proper as this guy was.
When you found the footgear, did you also by the remotest chance find...
Just the shoes.
Where are you headed, pal?
What's it to you?
Hand off me.
There you go. Those are some high curbs. Chateau Beechwood. You got a new pair of shoes and suddenly you think you can just stroll on into a chateau? Yes. I wonder if it's,
Dane, I'm glad you're back, honey. I keep losing. Well, what have you got? Who are you?
not your husband.
What do you want? Look, you better get out of here.
You just think he can just stroll on in, huh? As if he owns the joint. That's all he wanted.
That's Dane's bottle.
Dane's dead.
That's why I'm drinking it.
You know, if he comes back and finds you here, he'll kill you.
Probably won't.
Mister, don't you hear me? He'll kill you.
No, he won't.
Wilma, you'll never make it downstairs. Fix me a drink.
That's kind of rude, dude. Definitely have new threads. Just throw it away. You don't need that anymore. How's he know where everything's at? Two guns. He's just cool about leaving the lady out in the living room. I mean, what's up with that? There's somebody in the bathroom.
Bernie, Wilma, is Dane there? Would you tell him that I need him right away? I'm at the apartment.
Oh, it's an apartment. I thought it was a hotel. You gonna shower? Okay, what's your thought?
All right, mister. Where's Dane?
Shouldn't have left the gun on the bed.
I don't understand, lady.
Oh, yes, you do. You've got his shoes, and no one else wears shoes like Dane's.
Well, I found the shoes.
You mean you stole them?
Off a dead body.
I don't understand.
At the club?
The what?
Well, what was he doing there?
Did his ghost take him over or something?
No, lady,
Well,
honest.
what do you know, mister? You know, I ought to kill you busting in here like you own the place.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Put on the shoes and get out of here.
Yes, lady, I'll go.
He knew where everything was because he was Dane for a moment. He puts the shoes on and Dane takes over. Yep, that's what happens. Something about the shoes. Or is it Dane, or is it just shoes? Take the gun. That's what I thought.
I thought I told you to mix me a drink. To break your arm?
No.
So what do the shoes do? Do they just take away all inhibition? Or does does Dane have some kind of attachment to the shoes where his ghost just follows him everywhere, I guess? You clean up nice?
How about that drink?
Well, what'll it be?
What do I always have?
I don't know what you always have, mister. I really don't.
Try tequila with a cube of sugar.
That's exactly how Dane takes it.
Do you want to tell me who you really are?
You tell me.
You know, Dane's coming back, and if you knew what was good for you, why...
Oh, I know what's good for me. You.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't...
Oh, you kiss just like Dane.
Who am I, baby?
Dane.
But how?
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. What have you done with him?
I have some unfinished business. You should be here when I get back.
Okay. Yeah, that would freak me out a little bit.
I love that rhythm.
Tequila with a cube of sugar.
What? That's what Dane orders. We know this guy. He's looking at us. He's got Dane's shoes. Wait a minute.
Jimmy, that fella at the bar. You know him?
Never seen him before ever.
I've never seen him before in my life. Why? Well, he seems to know us.
Yeah, make it obvious you know him.
Like to leave dangerously, do you? If you keep on staring at this woman.
It's not the woman I'm staring at.
Why don't you get rid of the guy? Invite him over. Do something.
Get him over here.
All right.
Hey,
What's up?
Mr. Daggett would like to see you. There.
Daggett. That's a mafia name if I ever heard one. Reminds me of Roland Daggett from Batman the Animated Series. He's the one that made Clayface. He was a mafia boss.
You know me?
Oh, by reputation.
Tequila with a lump of sugar, huh? It's kind of a funny coincidence.
How so?
I had a good friend who drank the same stuff.
Kilroy.
Look, buddy, when Mr. Daggett at?
I'm kind of a messenger. I got a message for you, Bernie. I was given instructions to deliver this message privately.
Well, have everyone leave the table.
Who's it from?
Afraid I can't say.
The fellow that gave you this message. What'd he look like? All right, messenger. Let's go.
This has got to be private.
This is my office. Can't get any more private than this. Even the walls are soundproof.
Take it easy.
A gun. Can never be kid too careful, you know?
But tell the Easter Bunny here I'd like my gun back afterwards.
Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
How'd you get it clean so fast, Bernie?
How'd you know I had a blood stain there?
I understand blood's very hard to get out, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Bernie. I'm talking about a guy who had a pretty nice thing going for him. So he offered to buy the partner out. When the partner refused to sell, they killed him.
Ouch.
It was a slick job.
Who are you?
Must have called Stanley Steamer. They're tough on dirt and gentle on carpet.
Here's the message.
Whoa!
You didn't think that'd work twice, did you?
Oh. That's not good.
I'll be back, Bernie. And I'll keep coming back. So help me, I'll get you.
You should probably burn those shoes. Alright. Now you know that there's two places where someone's hiding that office. Did you drop them in the same frickin' place? Look at those shoes!
Nathan, you really are smashed, aren't you?
The well-spoken homeless man.
Very careless of you. We'll discuss them at some future date.
There's an old saying that goes, if the shoe fits, wear it. If you happen to find a pair of size 9 black and gray loafers made to order in the old country, be very careful. You might walk right into the Twilight Zone.
Well, that was Dead Man's Shoes. Definitely enjoyed that episode. Didn't know exactly where it was going until I got to the apartment when I realized that he was wearing Dane's shoes and Dane's spirit ended up being attached to those shoes. So, looks like he was going to get another chance to actually kill the guy that killed him, or at least to kill the guy that ordered the hit on him. And now he knows that there are two different hiding places in his office, and hopefully this time he will get him. We speculate that at the end he will probably get his due, and the guy who put him down will be put down as well. Who knows exactly what's going to happen because they left it open-ended, and yeah, kind of curious. Like, is the When the deed is done, will he actually get to pass on to the next life, or will he be forever linked to those shoes? Who knows? Again, it's the Twilight Zone. It's almost like a snapshot into a story, and just seeing that one little possibility, and they kind of leave it open-ended, much like a lot of Twilight Zone episodes where it's like, what will happen next? I like some of those episodes where they kind of leave it open to where you kind of interpret it in whatever way you want to do it. And this is one of those episodes, and I kind of like to think that he will end up succeeding, and hopefully when he does, he will just move on to the next plane of existence, whatever that may be. It's too bad for the homeless guys. It seemed like they were all nice guys, and it seems like they will all basically have their own demise through somebody taking over their body and being possessed. Not the best way to go, but hey, it's the Twilight Zone, and that's what we get. Anyways, let's dive into some trivia and see what it took to get this episode off the ground. This episode was remade as Dead Woman's Shoes, Wong's Lost and Found Emporium, 1985, and Dead Man's Eyes, 2002. This makes it the only episode to have appeared in all three series. Interesting. When Daggett asks his name, Nathan says Kilroy. This could be a reference to the World War II urban legend, Kilroy was here, and one theory is Kilroy was thought to be an Allied spy. The phrase Kilroy was here in a popular World War II graffiti that originated from a shipyard inspected in Quincy, Massachusetts. The phrase is surrounded by urban legend and multiple theories about its origins. James J. Kilroy was a shipyard inspector who marked sections he inspected with Kilroy was here in chalk. He did this to ensure that no one could erase his work and have a section inspected twice. American soldiers noticed the phrase on outgoing ships and began using it as a joke. This would mark walls, bunkers, and ruins wherever they went, claiming it was already there. The phrase became a universal sign that American soldiers has been here. The graffiti often included a cartoon drawing of a man looking over a wall. It was painted on ship holds, bathrooms, bridges, and the shells of Air Force missiles. The graffiti boosted morale during World War II. The myths. There are many myths surrounding the phrase, including the belief that Kilroy was a super spy. The exact origins of the phrase remain somewhat murky. Another Twilight Zone features multiple actors who would later appear in Star Trek. Warren Stevens was Rojan in By Any Other Name. Joanne Marshall played Lieutenant Shaw in Court Martial. Joseph Mell played an interplanetary trader from Earth in the series pilot. The Cage. His scenes from the pilot also appear as footage edited in the first season episode, The Menagerie Part 2. Warren Stevens would later play Major Whitmore in A Day in Beaumont, The Last Defender of Camelot. Little about the actors. Warren Stevens, who played Ned, died in 2012. He's most notable for Forbidden Planet, which seems to come up a lot. The Barefoot Contessa, I've heard of that one, 1954, Star Trek, he played Rojan. And Return to Peyton Place, which was a TV series that played from 1972 to 1974, with 422 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. Richard Devon, who died in 2010, he was in Magnum Force. That's a Clint Eastwood movie. War of the Satellites, Planet of the Apes, the TV series. He was in one episode of that, and The Undead, 1957. Joan Marshall, who played Wilma, she passed away in 1992, and she was in the movie called Homicidal. She was in Star Trek, Bold Venture, and Hawaii Eye. Last thing she was in Shampoo, 1975. Well, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue on this voyage to episode 156 of the Twilight Zone. Until next time, see you later.